Good evening and welcome to Midwest Severe Storm Tracking Response Center's Wednesday Night Net. This is Kilo 9, Tango Sierra Uniform, Midwest 314, and I'll be the net control operator this evening. This will be a directed net, meaning all communications on this repeater during a directed net need to be cleared by the net control operator. During a severe weather event, when a Midwest SSTRC Net is active, the net control operator will take only reports from amateur radio operators that have successfully completed at least the basic spotter training as outlined by Midwest SSTRC Inc., or a similar recognized training course within the past 2 years, or have demonstrated their abilities during the last calendar year. SSTRC operates a 7.5 relay for Rock County and 3.75 relay for Dane and Iowa counties within the KMKX weather forecast area. Break, K9TSU. We'll now begin the radio check-in portion of tonight's net. You do not need to be a member of Midwest Severe Storm Tracking Response Center to participate. To properly check in, listen for myself, net control, to indicate the first letter in your call sign. Then respond with your Midwest number followed by the words check-in. If you do not have a Midwest number, use your amateur radio call sign instead. Then, unkey your mic, and net control will give you the go-ahead to proceed with your check-in. Make sure to report with your call sign. Do not proceed with your check-in until net control clears with the current station and asks for the next check-in. Break. Stations checking in should need to use the TLCS format. This is the same protocol that spotters must use when submitting reports to Midwest net control operators during severe weather events. T stands for time. This is the time that your check-in started in 12-hour format or the time that the weather event occurred. L stands for location, where you are transmitting from right now using the National Weather Service reference points, including the county. C stands for condition, the current weather conditions you're observing at your location. And finally, S stands for source. Give your call sign and your number at the end of your check-in. If you have traffic for tonight's net, do indicate so by saying traffic at the end of your check-in. Break, K9TSU. Tonight's net will be handled at the end of the Midwest check-in. Net control will call upon participants that do have traffic for the net in the order they were received during the check-in process. Remember, one station at a time and allow for net control to record the information and ask for the next check-in. I will now take check-ins from stations with call signs beginning with the letter A. Any stations whose call signs begin with the letter A alpha, please call now. This is K9TSU. Hearing no stations, we'll move on to K Kilo Group. Anybody whose call sign begins with the letter K Kilo, please call now.
Midwest 120, check-in.
20.
Time 7:03 p.m. Location point 6 northwest Monona, Dane. It's warm but sunny and a bit breezy. This is Midwest 120 KA7 CFM.
Thank you, Midwest 120 KA7 CFM. Clear with you. Any other stations with K Kilo?
Midwest 155.
In.
We had a double, but 155. You won. Go ahead.
7:04 p.m. 0.9 miles south of the Oregon reference point in Dane County. It is 88 degrees, and humidity is at 41%. Source is myself, Midwest 155, KC9QMP.
KC9QMP 155, thank you very much for your check-in. Clear with you. Any other stations whose call begin with the letter K Kilo, call now.
Midwest 131, check-in.
131.
At 7:05 p.m., location is 1.5 miles east of the Madison Truex Airport reference point in central Dane County. Conditions are 92 degrees and quite a bit breezy. And source is myself, Midwest 131 KC9 KDA.
KC9 KDA 131, thanks Heidi, appreciate it. This is K9TSU Net Control, taking check-ins whose call signs begin with the letter K Kilo.
311.
311, go ahead.
6.2 Southeast, Evansville, reference Rock County, 88, way too dry of a wind. Midwest 311, KC9 STG, no traffic.
I would have to agree with you. Thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate it. Clear with you. This is K9TSU taking check-ins whose call signs begin with the letter K Kilo.
Midwest 113, check-in.
113, go ahead.
At 7:07, I'm 4 miles south-southwest of Brooklyn, northeast Green. Wind is out of the west-southwest at 30. Temperature is 88. Source is 113, K9GRN.
K9GRN 113, thanks, John. Clear with you. Any other stations whose call begin with the letter K Kilo? 116, check in. 116.
166.
166.
Thanks, Vince. 7:07 p.m., 3.9 miles southeast, Cross Plains reference point, west central Dane County, 85 degrees, a lot of low-level scud, and that would be me, Midwest 166, KC9 GMG, no traffic.
KC9 GMG 166, thanks, Lisa. I'm clear with you. Any other stations with K Kilo? Check in now. 116, check in. 116, go ahead.
At 7:07 p.m., 3.4 miles northwest of the Verona reference point, Dane County, 89 degrees, Midwest 116, KC9 IFF.
KC9 IFF, thank you, 116. Clear with you. Any other stations whose call sign begin with the letter K, Kilo?
KC9 UNK.
KC9 UNK, go ahead.
7:08 p.m. Location 1.4 miles northeast of the Beloit Rock County reference point. 90 degrees, 38% humidity, south-southwest, 21 miles an hour per wind. Source is myself, KC9 UNK, Kelsey back to net.
Kelsey, sorry about the delay. Had to remove a cat from the room quickly. Trying to tip my fan over. KC9 UNK, clear with you. This is K9TSU taking check-ins from the letter K Kilo.
Midwest 136, check-in.
136, go ahead.
At 7:09 p.m., 2 miles south of the Shorewood Hills reference point, Dane County. Conditions clear. Source myself, Midwest 136.
Kelsey, sorry about the delay. Had to remove a cat from the room quickly. Trying to tip my fan over. KC9 UNK, clear with you. This is K9TSU taking check-ins from the letter K Kilo.
Midwest 136, check-in.
136, go ahead.
At 7:09 p.m., 2 miles south of the Shorewood Hills reference point, Dane County. Conditions clear. Source myself, Midwest 136, KC9 IAR. No traffic.
IAR, is that India Alpha Radio or is that India Kilo Radio?
Sorry about that. IAR, India Alpha Radio.
No problem, 136. Appreciate it. That's what I thought. Just wanted to double check there before I wrote it down. Any other stations whose call sign begin with the letter K, Kilo?
Midwest 137, check in.
137, go ahead.
Time is 7:09. Location 0.1 miles north of the Mount Horeb reference point in Dane County. Conditions 89 degrees and awful. And again, this is Midwest 137, KC9NBO.
KC9NBO, 137, thank you very much. Clear with you. This is K9TSU 314 taking check-ins for the Midwest Severe Storm Tracking Response Center Wednesday night net from stations whose call sign begin with the letter K. Okay, hearing no further stations, we'll now move on to stations whose call sign begin with the letter N. N November. And I am K9TSU, the net control operator conducting the Midwest SSTRC Wednesday night net. Continuing on with check-ins whose call sign begin with the letter N November. Please call in now. Hearing no N November stations, we'll now move on to the W Whiskey Group. Any stations whose call sign begins with the letter W, please call now. This is K9TSU. Pretty simple. Hearing no further stations, I now open the net to any other station who would like to check in, regardless of the alphabet. Any station who has not checked in yet, please call now.
W9, Midwest 360, sorry.
Station calling, I believe that's W9ROZ. Go ahead and repeat your Midwest number and go right ahead.
My apologies. The first time I checked in with my new number, I normally do my W9ROZ. This is Midwest 316. The time is 7:12. Location is 1.3 southeast Evansville, reference point, Rock County. Conditions 90 degrees sunny, light breeze, and source is myself. Midwest 316, W9ROZ traffic.
W9ROZ, thank you very much. Got you down 316. Any other stations who would like to check into tonight's net, who have not checked in so far, before we wrap up, please call K9TSU.
Midwest 125, check in.
125.
Good evening, Vince. 7:12 p.m., 1.1 miles northwest Sun Prairie, Dane County. Condition, as acting MOD, shower and thunderstorm activity continues to persist from the upper peninsula of Michigan all the way down to Kansas. Shower and thunderstorm activity should approach us within the next couple hours and remain well under severe levels as a cold front is making its way through. We are in a condition blue status for Iowa, Dane, and Rock counties. Other than that, it's 91 degrees with a 64-degree dew point. Source is myself, KB9 UOP, Midwest 125. No traffic back to net.
KB9 UOP 125, thanks for the condition update and being your MOD. Appreciate that. We are in condition blue. Thanks for letting us know. Final call for any stations who have not checked in so far. Call now. Okay, this now concludes the check-in portion of tonight's net. being we don't have any traffic. Okay, that makes that a little bit simpler, I guess. Midwest SSTRC welcomes anyone who is interested in helping their community or better educating themselves about weather. Our members do receive training from several different sources, including the National Weather Service. If you wish to become a member of Midwest Severe Storm Tracking Response Center, Inc., please visit our website at www.midwestSSTRC.org. That's www.midwestSSTRC.org. You may also indicate your interest in joining Midwest SSTRC after tonight's net. The next general meeting for Midwest SSTRC for all counties will be, I believe, if I'm reading this correct, someone can correct me when I'm wrong, July 16th at 7 p.m. at the Monona Community Center, 1011, that's 1011, Nichols Road in Monona, Wisconsin. Break, K9TSU. I'll now bring to a close tonight's Midwest SSTRC Midwest Severe Storm Tracking and Response Center's net. I'd like to thank the owners and operators of the repeaters for allowing Midwest the use of them for tonight's net. We would also like to thank our fellow amateur radio operators for letting us use the time and for their cooperation and participation. Thank you all. Good evening and stay cool. This is Kilo 9 Tango Sierra Uniform, Midwest 314 clear.
Midwest 316 with a question.
Go ahead.
9 Say that I had a little bit of traffic. I have some questions about a new radio that I ordered and programming it. Can I have a couple seconds for questions?
WB9ROZ, I really did not copy much of that. All I really caught was you had your BizBand radio, and I think you had a question. Some points in there you were coming in a little bit better. If you're on your handheld, if you maybe get the antenna up in the air a little bit, you can give it another try, but I just really could not copy much of that.
Midwest 316, I'm outside. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, I just ordered a new Vertex 459 radio from a company that's going to do free programming. I'd like to know if they can put in the BizBand frequency and have it calculated by Midwest, or does Midwest have to put it in? W9ROZ, sir.
I tell you what, you had a lot of wind noise in your mic. I don't know if Heidi or maybe if Dan's out there, I could probably answer your question. Otherwise, I did see your emails in the group, and in fact, I think I'm going to reply to one of those now. I was actually looking at that similar, I believe it's a Vertex radio, and I looked at the picture. It looked like a relatively nice radio there, the UHF commercial and ham, I think it was. So I'll peek at the email group and read through some threads. I just couldn't copy much of that. I'm sorry. I know it's that happens. I know that all too well when I'm outside with the HT. But thanks for trying, and thanks for checking in. This is K9TSC. I'll be monitoring for a bit, staying cool, hopefully.